From inside Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida, we've got open-air baseball for you on the show. It's the St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Miami Marlins. We get a chance to watch one of the hottest bats in the game. He's been huge for his team, Singy.
Yeah, just impressive contact and seems to find every gap available, Boog. I can't wait to see him in action in this one. Practically unstoppable as of late.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So just about set now. And today's starter, Max Meyer. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, it hasn't been a great year so far in terms of ERA, but he's had some decent games, and there have been some flashes of greatness, if you will. We'll see today if he's able to get ahead of hitters and perhaps get some swings and misses, put himself in a position to bring that ERA down, because you know in the back of his mind, beyond the W, he wants to have a better earned run average.
And he handles it himself for the out. Here's a Cardinals lineup now. In that leadoff spot, a guy they're looking to get going, Leody Taveras.
Well, right-handed pitching has been a real challenge for him so far this season. You know, he's just not showing much consistency in those at-bats. Clearly, he's getting a shot to change that narrative in this one. Manager has some confidence that he can get it done. I'll be looking to see if he can put some good at-bats together to get some confidence going.
The 1-1 is fouled off. One out, base is empty. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
Man at first. Here is Moncada. That one ripped. Myers makes the play, and that is that. So one left for the Cardinals. Now the Marlins will see what they can do. No score. This is Marlins baseball on the show, Florida. Back here with my pal Singy. Today's starting pitcher, Quinn Matthews.
Yeah, he's definitely had his struggles so far this year, as evidenced by that inflated whip, but he's going to have to find a way to limit the base runners, put his team in a position to win a ball game. So we know he's prepared. We know this guy is a competitor, and we'll watch how he works in this one.
High fly ball out into left center field. Donovan makes the grab. One away. And time now for the Marlins lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, you know, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
Pitch misses, and the count is 2-2.
2-2.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and there's 2 away.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with the high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Donovan. And that ends the inning. Scoreless after 1. And we're back. Top of the second. And now the right fielder, Jordan Walker. That one fouled off. 2-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. That one just misses. 3-2 now.
Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire. And out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
Good job to fight that one off. Right side, hard hit. Wade takes it himself. Leadoff man retired here in the second. And up next for St. Louis, Mickey Moniak. One down, base is empty. Down the line. And that will drop foul. Outside low. Now 2-2. Our umpire behind the plate, Jerry Hillsdale. High praise for Jerry when we talk to people around the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Boog. He's very straightforward, very consistent back there. So most of the time, you're not going to think about him. That's a good thing.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information, but the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating. That's really good pitching right there, and it's a good job of the pitcher and the catcher working together. He was all over that one. Textbook bat control right there. Got a pitch on the outside, saw it deep into the zone, and just barreled it up, went the other way for the knock.
And stepping in for the Cardinals, Luken Baker. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Got him swinging. The Cards leave one. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here at Lone Depot Park, bottom of the second. And the batter now, Connor Norby. That one ripped right center field. That's down. One hops off the wall. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
All over that one right there. Anytime you can drive a ball into the gap the other way, it feels so good. And that's when you know you're right where you need to be at the plate. It's even better when it gets you extra bases. Gotta love looking in at your dugout and seeing your teammates fired up. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. And up next for Miami, Brett Wisely. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Diving, makes the grab.
Oh, this is an all-in effort right here. Going back on it, knows that the outfielder's not going to get there, lays out, and makes a tremendous catch. What a great job of picking up his pitcher.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position, Dane Myers, the next up for the Marlins. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Boots it. Still manages a throw. And they got him. Aggressive base running to try and score after the miscue. But it backfires. Now it's the DH, Luis Matos. Fought off foul. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Hit in the air left field. Donovan on the move to the alley. Nabs it. That is the inning. One left for Miami. We'll move to the third with no score. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a tough series offensively, and a look at those numbers. Line drive ripped down the left side towards the left field corner. Around first, digging for two. Throws to second. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. Here's Leody Taveras. That one a little bit high, and it's 2-1. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And there's one away.
The batter second baseman, Nicky Lopez.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Nicky Lopez up to the plate. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot. Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away. Well, Blue, it becomes pretty difficult as a teammate when a guy's struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it or if you want to give him the space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way it'll click, and he can get out of this as quickly as possible.
Now up for St. Louis, Brendan Donovan.
This guy at the dish excels in two-strike counts. Got to be careful with him out there on the mound.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Frelick has a beat on it. He makes the grab. And that is that. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Back here in Miami, and the batter will be the shortstop, Trey Sweeney. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And that one hops the wall. And that's a leadoff double.
Everything came together for him. Man, that feels so good to shoot an absolute bolt the opposite way. Split the gap and know that you've got extra bases right off the bat. That's the kind of thing hitters dream about when they're falling asleep at night.
Luis Torrens, the next up for the Marlins. Off the plate, and that's ball two. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the last half of the third. And a rope into center field, base hit. Headed for the plate. He scores and they have the lead. And it's an RBI single, 1-0.
Always feels good when you come through and get your team on the board first. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
So the batting order turns over. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Sal Freeland. 1-1 now. Line drive. And that's a base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
A couple of singles back-to-back. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
This is Willie Castro. That one down the line. Jump throw across his body to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Well, from the time you're a little leaguer, you're taught to hustle out of the box and give it a full sprint through the base regardless of how you hit it. And he didn't make great contact, but the effort was there, and he earns the base hit.
Here's Lamont Wade Jr. Line drive, that's a base hit. One runs in. A second scores as well, 3-0.
And that hit carries a little extra meaning, Boog. It keeps his hitting streak going. He is dialed in at the dish right now.
I don't think there's a more confident hitter in all of baseball right now. Looks like he's expecting a knock every time he steps to the plate. First and second, no outs. Here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Connor Norby. Line drive, caught.
Yikes, that ball was scorched, an absolute missile, and it almost becomes self-defense as the fielder. When one of those things comes screaming towards you, watch your lips.
Brett Wisely, the next up for the Marlins. On the ground, a second, might be two. Glove flip for one. What a double play that was. Inning over. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. On to inning number 4. It's the Marlins 3 and the Cardinals nothing. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. The 2-1. Cut on and lifted in the air. Myers makes the grab, 1 down. Jordan Walker now at the plate.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
And down on strikes he goes. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
No, that's not the best 2-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
Swing and a ball softly hit out into left center. Sweeney settles under it and makes the catch. And that is that. Redbirds down quietly. Still down 3-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the left fielder, Dane Myers. This one in the air, center field. Moniak has this one sized up. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Luis.
So now the DH spot, Luis Matos. Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Liner, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. And he's in with a stand-up double.
Great hands on that swing to take the inside pitch and drive it into the gap for the double. It's easy to spin off a pitch like that, Berg, and you can pull that thing foul, but that was perfect.
One out, runner at second. And now for the Marlins, Trey Sweeney. Chop back up the middle. Throw to first in time.
First of all, that's just a nice job to even get to that ball. And then even more impressive was the throw. Off balance, had to try to, in the air, get his shoulders turned and make a strong throw. Does show off the strength of the arm. We're usually used to seeing that kind of arm strength from the shortstop.
And he gets that fastball by him upstairs. Action in the St. Louis bullpen. Zach Thompson, a lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Liberator also getting ready. Matos on third with 2 out. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Moniak. And makes the grab. And the inning is over. Marlins leave 1, but they lead it 3-0. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Struck him out looking with the off-speed stuff.
Well, I think that was just a case of a hitter quitting on a pitch. He was looking fastball and didn't see it out of the hand and just left the bat on his shoulder. That was a changeup right over the plate. Probably not the location he was looking for, but the change of speeds is what fooled him, and he got the out.
Wade sizes this one up, corrals it. That's out number 2. So 2 down now, and here is Leo Jimenez. Ground ball up the middle, gloves it on the dive, to his knee, the throw, and they get the out.
That was a great job of doing the math. He had the perfect angle, diving stop, completes the play, and that ends the inning.
And we're back. John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton, and set to get us started. Bottom 5, Sal Frelick. Liner to second and picked on the hop. It's there, and that's a great play.
Now batting, the center fielder, Willie.
And at the plate for Miami, Willie Castro.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low, throwing the ball very well right now.
On the ground to third, Moncada zips it to first. Home half of the 5th inning, moving along, 2 quick outs.
Now batting, the first baseman, Lamont.
So digging in, Lamont Wade Jr. Wade recently taking home Player of the Month honors. Hit in the air, left field, Donovan. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Top 6, and here's the St. Louis leadoff man, Leody Taveras.
And what a show he put on last month, Boog. Really impressive work at the dish, and I'm sure his teammates and the coaching staff appreciate it. Great having a bat like this in the lineup.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Castro on the move. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. And there's 1 down. Now the number 2 hitter, Nicky Lopez. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're the top half of the 6th. Just missed.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
This one ripped, but foul to the right. One down, base is empty. Got it. And he's up to 7 strikeouts.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Boog, get back on track. His team needs him.
Brendan Donovan, the next to hit. His righty-lefty splits there. 2 outs, base is empty. Fly ball down the line. Myers giving chase. Squeezes it, and that'll do it. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Marlins 3 and the Cardinals nothing. Kyle Leahy gets the call from the pen.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here's the third baseman, Connor Norby. And down on strikes. Now 1 away.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Takes it in for the out. Now the left fielder, Dane Myers. This one high in the air to left center. Donovan right there to make the grab. And that is that. New inning getting started. And now it's switch hitting third baseman Yoan Moncada. The Cards in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at bat out of him right here.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
You can tell by their swings, this lineup is having trouble gauging speeds. Timing is everything in hitting, and right now they just don't have it. Well, he's been racking up the strikeouts, and what's so impressive, not walking anyone. I mean, this guy's just going right after hitters, filling up the strike zone, and it looks like hitters, they're trying to think with him, but they just are a pitch behind. Dominating stuff out there on the mound.
The Fish leading by 3 here in the top half of inning number 7. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
2 down, base is empty. And up next for St. Louis, Mickey Moniak. The 2-1. Swing and a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Let that pitch get pretty deep on him, so I think he was looking to go the other way. It was off speed and inside, though, so a good adjustment to shoot it back up the middle. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Now Pedro Pajes. Moniak leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Just off the outside edge, and the count is even 2-2. Runner on the go. On the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Another scoreless inning, and now that's 7 shutout frames. It's the Marlins 3 and the Cardinals nothing. Back here in Miami, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the DH, Luis Matos. And a swing and a miss.
Clearly, he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. So up next, Trey Sweeney.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
In the air to left down the line. Donovan sizing this one up. Snags it for the second out.
The catcher, number 13, Luis.
At the plate, Luis Torrens. Swing and a ball popped up. Lopez on his way over. Hauls it in to end the inning. Miami down in order, but they lead at 3-0. So the Marlins go with a new arm, Declan Cronin.
And he's been really shutting down hitters from the right side of the plate this year. Not a lot of hard contact, not a lot of hits, period.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Makes the catch for the out. And a quick out, number 1.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
Now up for St. Louis, Leo Jimenez. Fouled off left side.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
Struck him out swinging. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Leody Taveras next up for the Cardinals. 2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th. Just missed.
The ball.
Swing and a miss. 3-2 now.
Well, in this one, the offense has sputtered. Somebody's got to find a way to get on, keep the line moving, and manufacture at least 1 run. Then maybe you get 2 or 3.
Ripped on a line. Makes the grab, and that is that. Nothing doing there for St. Louis. They trail it here 3-0. Left-hander out of the bullpen, Matthew Liberator.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think that's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Back to the top of the order now. Now it's the right fielder, Sal Frelick. Smoked into left, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
And now the center fielder, Willie Castro. Rolled to short, could be 2. The flip, 1 at second. On to first, out, double play. Just got it there in time.
Oh man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for Miami, Lamont Wade Jr. Slow roller up the middle. On to first, 3rd out, and that ends the frame. Nothing doing for the Marlins, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Andrew Nardi on to try and close it out.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Came inside with that two-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with two strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Coming out of the bullpen and throwing BBs.
Well, it's kind of tough right here. Closer comes in and he strikes out the first two hitters. It's hard not to feel defeated and that this is going to go quickly. But you got to go up there, maybe trying to find a way to choke up on the bat, spread out, put the ball.
Popped up wisely. Sizes this one up, and he's got it. Ball game. And the Marlins use 3 pitchers to combine for the shutout.
Well, they win the opener at home. First game of the 3-game series, and there's just such a good feeling when you're in your own ballpark, you're sleeping in your own bed, you're eating your clubhouse manager's food, everything's right in your world, and they played like it today.
A shutout in this one, 3-0 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.